Hi everyone, I am Genesee from Black Soil and I'm your holistic astrologer. So it's Mercury retrograde, which was December 3rd, 2017, and there's a lot of planetary effects that go along with this intense Mercury retrograde. The sun is currently in Sagittarius, and Mercury retrograde is also in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign of higher learning, knowledge, wisdom, and adventure. Sagittarius is represented by the centaur, half horse, half human, with a bow and arrow shooting out to the stars above for higher consciousness, higher knowing, seeking to find higher knowledge outside of this plane of reality. So that's a little bit about Sagittarius. So right now, as our Mercury retrograde is in Sagittarius, we may be feeling some very spiritual and deep inclinations to who we are, questions that have went unanswered, and we may be having these intense conversations with ourselves. The external Mercury, which represents communication and travel, goes inwards. So we are traveling through our memories, through our soul, through our purpose. We're communicating with ourselves, and for some and for many that is very, very hard, especially when there's a retrograde, which brings light to some things that we have not resolved yet. Also, starting December 3rd, we have a supermoon in Gemini. Gemini also represents communication. Mercury is the planet to Gemini, so this communication is heightened, especially because the moon represents our emotions, our insights, our motherly nature, our home, just to name a few things. So we are really feeling it, especially if you have any spiritual inclinations or in the field of spirituality, if you're an astrologer, or you are a pastor, or you're just spiritual altogether. You may be feeling this really deeply, because Sagittarius also represents our higher calling, our mission, what we're supposed to do as well. This Mercury retrograde is in 29 degrees in Sagittarius. When we have a planet within a constellation or a sign that's in 29 degrees, 0 degrees, or 1 degrees, this energy is amplified. It's just, it has more power behind it. So if you're feeling very intense or whatnot, it's because Sagittarius is in its final stages within Mercury. Mercury is one of, represents, you know, a lot of us, because it's communication, and it always travels with the sun, so it's amplified from the sun. Also, I would like to bring up that people have retrograde planets within their birth chart. So if you have retrograde planets within your birth chart, all you need to do is you can go to I think Astro Cafe and get your free birth chart done. Or if you want me to do your chart, just email me or DM me and I can do it as well. But you can see what planets are retrograding in your chart. This means that it has an appearance that the planets are going backwards from our perspective on Earth. That means that depending on what the planet represents, say it's Venus. Venus represents love and beauty and romance, good taste in food and artistic ability and love for beauty. So if you have that planet retrograde, you may be more of an internal artist or internal lover. Say that your Libra's in Venus, but you don't seem like the typical Venus and Libra person. This may be because your planet is retrograde. So it's good for you to look at that. And if you have Mercury retrograde in your chart, you may have some problems communicating. You may stutter, or it may be hard for you to get out your words. All these things can be overcome. The first step to overcoming these things is actually seeing where the problem is at, where the root is at, and astrology helps us do that very, very well. So this is just a little bit about Mercury retrograde, and that Mercury retrograde really means that it's time to slow down and look at what's going on what's inside of us, communicate with ourselves, because Mercury retrograde, everyone thinks it's a bad thing. They think it's when your electronics go down, and to some extent on the external plane it does. But when you take time to slow down and look at yourself, it may hurt, it may be painful, it may be so much anxiety. But at the end of it all, which for this Mercury retrograde is going to be December 22nd, then you can be a new, shinier person. So I am Genesee, your holistic astrologer from Black Soil. Comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. There's going to be a link below, Black Soil. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I am honored to be healing myself and inspiring you all to hear yourself so we all can have a beautiful world. Thank you. Bye.